Guys, so today we're going to be learning how to make spell jars. These are some of my old ones, but the ones that we will be making are these ones right here, so stay tuned. Okay guys, the first thing you want to do is get some jars. They don't have to be the ones with corks, they can be any type of jar, and you're going to want to cleanse them. Either cleanse them with, Florida water or cleansing spray. I am using incense, that's just what I have. But I understand if you can't use smoke, you can use other methods. So I'm going to start with my powder first. I'm using Fiery Wall of Protection powder. This is from Lucky Mojo. Next, I'm going to use some black salt. You don't have to buy this. It's very easy to make at home, but I have it pre-made right now. Next, I'm going to use eggshell powder, my absolute favorite. Next, I'm going to use some thyme. So you might want to keep the funnel. I learned that and I added it back in, but if you have a funnel, it would be very helpful to keep your altar space clean. And then I'm going to add some bay leaf. As you can see, there's not a lot of bay leaf left, but use what you have. You can also add rosemary. I was running low on rosemary, and so you can definitely still use that. I'm also going to use salt. If you're wondering why I'm using that, it dispels negativity. And I also like how it looks. I have salt chunks, so they kind of look like crystals. I've talked about this in some of my other videos, but this is me making my petition paper. All of these jars will have a petition paper in them. I'm ripping off the factory ends, and this is how I do my petition paper. This is just a rule that I follow that I learned. You don't have to. Okay, so I filmed this off camera, but I did add protection sigils to my petition paper. This is totally optional. Next, I'm going to add some protection oil. This is also the Lucky Mojo brand, and as you can see, it's almost gone. I really love this oil, and I do recommend it. Now, you don't really need to go crazy with the oil. I only put in about 1 to 2 drops. This is just my preference. Also, you can put the drops in before you put the petition paper in. This is also just a preference of mine. And so after I've put the oil in, I'm now going to grab my cork and I'm going to pop it in, and that's a protection jar. Guys, if I didn't make this clear, I'm not sure if I said this or not, but all the herbs that I'm using in each of these jars correlates and associates with the reason that we're making it. So for the protection jar, those were protective herbs and powders, and for this anti-anxiety jar, we're going to be using herbs that are good for soothing anxiety. So right now you're just seeing me put pink Himalayan salt chunks as my base in this jar. It's a pretty good big jar, so I do want to fill it up. Okay guys, so now it is time to add in our herbs to our anti-anxiety jar. The first one that you see me using right now is chamomile. It's very common to soothe anxiety. A lot of people use it, mostly in a tea form though. Second, lavender. Lavender is also very common for soothing anxiety. The third herb that we're using is eucalyptus leaves. A lot of people use these in showers now. Very calming, so definitely wanted to incorporate this into our jar. To finish off the anti-anxiety jar, I added some lavender oil off camera, and that's it. Okay, next is our health jar. I usually like to do these in a glass jar, but that's just me. And right now what you see me doing is adding my Himalayan salt chunks. Now I recommend that you do this second instead of first, because once I went to put the cinnamon powder in, it covered up the Himalayan salt chunks, so you couldn't really even see them. So try doing powders first. Okay, so now I'm putting in my cinnamon powder, and I put in a little too much, but that's okay. Next I'm putting in my basil leaves, and it ended up all working out because it came out in pretty layers. So I'm actually pretty impressed with how the layers came out, and this is just a clip of me taking my petition paper and wrapping it in some twine. So this is how all of our jars look before any candle wax. So I think they look pretty good so far, so let's put some candle wax on them. So we have blue for health, we have purple for calming / anti-anxiety, and we have black for protection. I'm starting out with my health jar first. I cut the clip a bit because it's a little boring to watch it from start to finish, but this is me just dripping the wax. So the anti-anxiety jar is definitely my favorite. I really loved how it turned out with the purple wax. You can also use lavender candle if you can find one. This was all that was at my local shop. Okay, so next I am doing the protection jar. I should say lastly, we're doing the protection jar, and even though it's coming up a little bit gray on camera, it did end up being a nice solid black in the end. Turned out pretty nice. So I could not stop myself, and I went in with a white candle on the health jar and the anti-anxiety jar, and I really liked how that turned out. I did it for the first time with my self-love jar, and now I just feel the need to add a white candle to all my jars. So that's it, guys. Okay guys, this is how all the jars looked afterwards. They're all standing in front of their correlating candle color. And if you like this video, please comment, subscribe, and like. Comment down below for more video ideas because I'm starting to run out. Thank you guys again.